Coming in, sources are telling Times Now that the government has asked airlines to submit their requests and preferences to airport operators for IndiGo slots that have been freed up after 10% of its current winter scheduled flights were cancelled following last month's disruptions. The preferences will be given to airlines adding capacity and not for those just reshuffling flights. The objective of the government is to ensure that none of these slots vacated by IndiGo are left vacant. Let me go straight across to Isha, who's joining us on the phone line. Isha, one understands why the government doesn't want to let these slots go empty. But what about IndiGo itself? Is it now to be understood that for the foreseeable future, IndiGo will not be able to fly the number of flights it usually does because of new rules?
Sure, IndiGo has continued to reiterate that they will be able to bounce back and they will be able to follow all the norms that the ministry has put forth. In fact, today also, the CEO held a presser with the journalists and he spoke about how they are making attempts to bounce back. However, this is a 10% penalty that was put in by the Ministry of Civil Aviation. And now sources inside the ministry have told us that airlines and airport authorities have both been given instructions. In fact, it is directed, the MOCA source has confirmed to me at Times Now that it has directed airports to compile the request received from airlines and then forward it to the Ministry of Civil Aviation. In fact, this communication was sent in by the MOCA. And there are several other operative conditions also listed that need to be followed by the particular airlines if they apply for the slots. In fact, I've also spoken to airlines as well, and they have also unofficially told me that they have indeed received a confirmation letter in that way. But it's also important to note that the MOCA and the DGCA are ensuring that the passenger load and the passengers are troubled the least, and that is why this particular move has come in.
Right.
10% slots are currently vacant, and yes, that will be the focus to fill that up as quickly as possible.
All right, Isha, we leave it there for the moment. India's biggest airline is IndiGo. And today it has reported a 78% slump in its December's net quarter profits because of flight disruptions and implementation of the new labour code. We leave it there for the moment, Isha.